after hitting his first 7. Iverson with a curly kneel thing, and Vaughn is glued to him. I mean, he is in his shirt, and Allen's trying to bust a move on him. Wow, he breaks his ankles and drills it, and they love it. It was their guy who had his ankles broken, and you could tell that was all developing. Vaughn was glued to Allen, and Allen...
Pioneer, I bring the light to the deepest secrets of different bills. Hey, don't put Demi, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. I'm from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching this with a lot of threat. You keep the medals cause the red one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt, they try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like me.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is your man, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you. All right, now listen. As you see, as I slowly get dropped down by my two chauffeurs, Jeffrey with a G and Bartholomew, and as you see my lovely helicopter, just legend helicopter that flies off in the sunset, Uncle Demi has a banger for you today. Now, before we get into this video, you know exactly what you need to do. Go ahead and drop that like for your man, Uncle Demi. And of course, listen. If you mess with Allen Iverson, drop a like, right? If you think Allen Iverson's pound for pound, one of the greatest basketball players to ever play, drop a like, right? Let's get this video to 700 likes, okay? 700 likes, right? And also, you know we're making a massive push for 50K in May, right? 50,000 subs in the month of May. And right now we're sitting at almost 45,000. So we're almost halfway there. And of course we're not even halfway through the month yet. So we're on track, right? We're on track, but we have to continue to maintain the momentum. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's crazy. When I look at my analytics, we only have right now 69% of my viewership are from non-subscribed members, right? 69%. That's a huge percentage of people that watch my videos, which I'm greatly appreciative. I appreciate you watching the videos. But go ahead and subscribe, man. Go ahead and subscribe and make sure you turn on the notifications, click the bell. And now let's get into this video, right? Now you already see the nameplate. Two-way scoring machine, right? A two-way scoring machine, that legend. Allen Iverson, right? Pound for pound, the greatest player to ever play, right? You can say he's a point guard, shooting guard. He has played majority of his career as a point guard. He has played half of, I would say maybe about 4 seasons he was considered a shooting guard. But for the most part, he's a point guard. But regardless of where you want to put him at, if he's a top 10 point guard or he's a top 10 shooting guard, whatever position you want to put him in, he's top 10, all right? And he's the most iconic. This guy right here is the reason the cornrows, the arm sleeves, the headbands, the tattoos. He's the one that brought this into basketball, into the NBA, right? He's the one that brought hip hop to the NBA. He's the one that had Jadakiss doing his Reebok commercials, right? He's the one that was known for the crossovers. He's the one that brought street ball to the NBA, right? This is one of the most iconic figures. I'm talking about during my time growing up, right? Michael Jordan was already on his way out, right? And Allen Iverson was on his way in. And Allen Iverson was the one that chauffeured me and my love for the game of basketball, chauffeured me to make it be like, yo, like you can be, you know, hip hop, you can be cool and be an NBA star, right? This is the one, Allen Iverson. Now, the two-way scoring machine. Oh my God. The two-way scoring machine is one toxic build, man. And the thing is, listen, you gotta see it. You just gotta see this. All right, so I'm only a 91, but look at this right now, man. Look at this right now. So 76. Now remember, this is a +5 to everything. So I have an 81 driving dunk when it's all said and done. And I actually have some upgrades here. So let me go ahead and upgrade it. Look, y'all getting it live right now. Boom, 79 fade. Let's go and get that 79. So boom, right? 92 now, all right? So I'm a 92, right? So you get a +5. I have a 91 mid-range. I have an 88 3-point shot, all right? 89 ball handle, 81 pass accuracy. But this is where it's crazy. Look at the defense. I have an 89 perimeter defense, a 95 lateral quickness, and a 91 steal, all right? Now listen, and a lot of y'all don't know, and like I said, I know I talk about this a little bit when I'm watching, y'all watch the gameplay, but Allen Iverson was one of the greatest, like, I guess can you say defenders? It's hard to say he was a defender because he was so small, but when it came to steals, oh yeah, he led the league 5 times in steals, right? Allen Iverson was so quick. He led the league, and so he has the NBA playoff record till this day. The most steals in the playoff game. He had 10 steals in the playoff game. So, I mean, there's no way, listen, is there any better name for a two-way scoring machine than Allen Iverson? Of course he was a scoring machine, right? He was a scoring machine, all right? But he also played really good defense, right? He was a very good defensive player, and he was a hell of a steals leader, right? And the same thing as Chris Paul, right? But of course, you know, no one can score like Allen Iverson, all right? Now, when it comes to the badges, these are the badges that I'm working with right now. People sleep on cross key scorer. You want to? It's a really good badge, especially for someone little like like Allen Iverson. It really helps me come across the key to score. I would love to get teardrop. I'm gonna experiment with this. The next time you see this build, it would be maxed out, and I'm gonna get Pro Touch and teardrop. I'm gonna switch it around and see how this works. I think teardrop will be OP. I haven't seen a lot of people done that. Of course, from the shooting standpoint, this is what I'm using. Difficult shots, corner specialist. The only reason why I do corner specialist difficult shots because when you do the fades in the corner, it stacks with difficult shots along my hot zone hunter, right? I use quick draw on silver because I am only 6'1", so it just makes sense. The shorter you are, the quicker you release it, so I don't need it to be that high. Plus, I use base 38. Tireless shooter, obviously, tireless shooter, something huge for Allen Iverson. So I wanted to make sure I can get that. I mean, who else could do like score as much as he has with the fatigue? He was never tired. Again, that's another thing to talk about. He led the league 6 different times in minutes played. All right, he did not get off the court. And then this is what I'm looking at right now. I still have one more to go with. But ankle breaker, of course, handles for days, quick first step, and space creator. Those are automatic. I got dimer to help my teammates out. Of course, I got unpluckable. I got bailout on silver, and most likely I'll just go ahead and get bailout on gold, all right, when I get that last one. And then defensively, this is really dope right now. Clamps, intimidator, pickpocket, tireless defender, and pick dodger, right? Have interceptor, which of course I will get that. Next, what I'm going to be getting is going to get off-ball pest. That's going to be probably my last one to get, and then I'll be done. So I'll go with off-ball pest, and that will be my 4, that'll be 26, and then get interceptor on gold, and that'll be 27. All right, so this is the Allen Iverson build, a two-way scoring machine at Legend. All right, and so as you know, what we're going to do now, man, I'm going to go ahead and get a little gameplay, show y'all a little bit, talk a little about some Allen Iverson, and you know how I do it, man. So I'll be back in, let's say, 2 seconds. Yo, okay, so where do you start when it comes to the one and only great Allen Iverson, right? You know, or Bubba Chuck, The Answer, AI, whatever you want to call him, Jules with his rap name, right? Where do you start? As I missed that fadeaway, I think the big thing is just to start from the beginning, man. You know, like, hey, Allen Iverson was probably one of the best athletes to ever play high school, especially when it comes dual threat. He was the #1 dual threat quarterback coming out of Newport News, Virginia. Of course, if you're familiar with Newport News, that is where Michael Vick came. So it's crazy that he was basically Michael Vick before Michael Vick came out. #1 dual threat quarterback, #1 basketball prospect, and like I said, had a really great career in high school. He had one blemish, which I'm not gonna get a lot into detail about as I hit that fadeaway shot. He did get in some real crazy fight, which was kind of like racially biased. Of course, we all kind of know how the story goes. He was sentenced to 15 years. Yes, Allen Iverson was sentenced to 15 years for a fight, which included, you know, black kids versus white kids in the bowling alley. Obviously, it was extremely racially biased, and he got charged. He got charged for it, even though it showed that he wasn't going to be, he wasn't involved in the fight, and it looked like his career was over with. And if it wasn't for Governor Wilder, Doug Wilder, which is ironically the first ever black governor of the state of Virginia to grant clemency, who knows where Allen Iverson would have been. So that was his first major second chance at life, you know, to be able to be in a situation where, you know, there's hundreds and hundreds and maybe thousands of people that are in situations where their charges are just completely inflated or they're unjust and not right. But Allen Iverson was given that second chance. Now, of course, like I said, being the #1 prospect quarterback and basketball player, he has scholarships from every single school you can imagine for football and basketball. But then, of course, after being a convicted felon, right, there was only one school that gave him an opportunity. And again, that's Coach John Thompson that I do that teardrop with Georgetown. Now, I'm going to keep it real with you, man. Like, by that time, Georgetown, man, Georgetown had that type of swag with them, that literally fit Allen Iverson. Like, I couldn't even think of a better place. Like, come on, think of Allen Iverson being at, like, Duke or, like, Carolina. That just don't fit them. But Georgetown, that fits him, man. That fits him with that gritty, defense and how they played. It just fit. And Allen Iverson, of course, he was given that opportunity with John Thompson and took complete advantage of it, man. He just went on to just destroy the league. I mean, it wasn't even close. Like, you could tell he was just literally man amongst boys, even though he was the smallest one on the court. And that easily transitioned to Allen Iverson going straight to being the #1 draft pick, which again is pretty crazy to be drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers, which of course, again, you talk about the personality of that city. As I hit that crazy moving shot with Takeover, it just fitted perfect, man. Like, it was just a perfect match. And of course, Allen Iverson, from that point on, we all kind of know what the Allen Iverson that we all could see today, as I hit another shot with the shot creating Takeover. Just literally, he was hip hop. Like, that's the biggest thing that I can talk about in this video, is just that, like, what he did for the mainstream hip hop. He integrated mainstream hip hop in sports. He the one that made it cool to have the cornrows. He's the one that made it cool to have the arm sleeves. He's the one that made it cool, as I hit that another fading shot right there. He's the one that just made it cool. Now I did transition over to the twos court. I was like, man, the threes is kind of easy. I will say this: we are going against two elite twos. Cheese lineup, which is a two-way slashing playmaker and a rebounding wing. And I thought this would be some good video to watch as we play against a lineup like this on the twos court. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the two-way scoring machine is more so suited for the threes because you are small, but it was pretty cool that we were able to play against a comp game like this and be able to show y'all this footage. It's not the cleanest footage, but it's still footage nevertheless that you can just see, not two-way scoring machine perform, all right? So yeah, it's not gonna be the cleanest because I do have a lockdown on me, right? A two-way slashing maxed out 99 two-way slashing playmaker, all right? But anyway, like I was saying, man, he is hip hop, man, and you can go as far as say, like, a lot of people say this, what Martin Luther King was for, this progression, the black, just that the black community, for their rights. It was almost like what Allen Iverson did for hip hop and sports and making it mainstream and making it cool and making it one of those things like it's okay to be the bad boy, it's okay to have the tats, it's okay to be able to have the baggy jeans, because that's what hip hop was. That was hip hop, and that point in time, you didn't see that. You didn't see people coming to the games with chains on and baggy t-shirts and all that stuff. Allen Iverson was the first one to do that. Now, I will say this: they did implement and most people might not know this, but they did implement the Allen Iverson dress code, which a lot of people call it, where the NBA with David Stern said that, listen, like, there's gonna be a dress code now because like y'all looking like thugs and that type of deal. And of course, again, listen, you should know good and well, people should be smart enough to know you don't say thugs, you don't say certain type of adjectives when describing, just black men. Like, you just don't do that. But unfortunately, Phil Jackson, right, which is, hey, I'm a diehard Lakers fan. Phil Jackson made that mistake when he was describing the dress code and talking about, like, again, same thing that happened with LeBron James when they were talking about his posse, right? Using different adjectives when they call his people that LeBron James hang with, his best friends, they call him a posse. Again, who was in that part? Phil Jackson, right? So it's like he got to work on his adjectives, man. But needless to say, man, he did that. Allen Iverson did that, right? Now, we all know how he is as a scorer, pound for pound. He is the 7th all-time leading scorer in NBA history, Allen Iverson, and he's not 6 feet. Let's keep it a stack. He's like 5'10" and some change. As I see that nasty move that y'all saw in the beginning, look at that, man. Listen, Uncle Demi's getting nasty with the handles, all right? Listen, this is my first time playing like as a shot creator. So doing fadeaways and trying to do these difficult shots that Allen Iverson is known for. This is my first time doing this, and I'm having fun with it, all right? So go ahead and you can't give me as much flack. Listen, as you see my first time running as point guard, and to now, I'm doing way much better, all right? I like to think I'm doing way much better. Hopefully, y'all think the same thing too. But anyway, listen, I just want to put a couple more tidbits in here, man. Like, let's talk about the fact that Allen Iverson was a hell of a rapper, right? Now, he did come out with an album, and it got so much backlash, which is crazy. But he went by the rap name Jules, right? So if you go on Spotify, whatever, you type in Jules 40 Bars, which is one of his songs, man, listen, it's a classic. As I white a fadeaway, which is gold. Like, I'm telling you, I love fadeaways now, man. So just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Listen, if you made this far, man, go ahead and put in Uncle Ticino, man. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Ticino in the comment section, because I'm literally about to be the next Ticino. Like, I'm really going to be the next Ticino. Just mark that, right? Just mark it as I do a flashy pass and mess up my boy Kobe. Oh, yo, and shout out to Kobe too, by the way. Y'all know Kobe, man. Y'all see him in my videos. All right, but yeah, man. So he has an album, 40 Bars. It got so much backlash because, of course, once again, you know, Allen Iverson, he's doing what every other rapper does. You know, it's explicit music, and he got backlash. So the music never came out commercially, but if you look it up, you can see it. So if you didn't know Allen Iverson can rap, he actually can rap. It's pretty good music. And then last but not least, you know, he signed with Reebok. So I want to talk about this again, man, because I think this is pretty dope. So Allen Iverson signed with Reebok. I never wore poor Reeboks until Allen Iverson came out, and then when Allen Iverson stopped making those shoes, those I never wore in the Reeboks again. So Reeboks definitely should thank Allen Iverson for the rest of their lives. But Allen Iverson in 2001 signed a lifetime contract. So that's the same thing that LeBron James has, Michael Jordan has, Steph Curry has Under Armour. He signed a lifetime contract, and that lifetime contract gives him $800,000 a year. But the cool thing is they have a trust fund with him. So when he turns 55, Allen Iverson will get a lump sum of $32 million. That's not bad for a 4-time scoring champion, 3-time steal champion, 11-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA selection, 2001 MVP selection, and of course your Rookie of the Year, right? It's not bad for him, man. Like I said, I can't make these videos long. I can go all day talking about these guys, man, but hopefully you enjoy this type of commentary where I talk about the players and the background of them. And again, it's your man, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon, another banger. And you know when I say soon, I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.
Yeah, rare form, yeah.